Hello everyone, I'm Mind, and welcome to the greatest video that I will ever make, the ultimate car comparison. In this video, we're going to be comparing two different Ninjago sets. We have the brand new Cole's car that just released in January 2026, set 30723. This set contains 39 pieces and one minifigure. And then we have the original set that it was based on, set 30087 Car, which originally released back in 2012. It contains 27 pieces and one minifigure. I'm going to be breaking down every single little individual detail about both of these sets, so let's get started. These sets are both polybag sets that retailed for $4.99 in the US when they were released, so let's start things off by taking a look at the packaging. The new car polybag's paper and is a little bit bigger, while the original was plastic and a good bit smaller. Now maybe it's just nostalgia talking, but I love this original packaging art. It was the year of the snake, so everything was snake themed. The ninja at the top is green, and you might think that's meant to represent Lloyd, and I mean kind of. But he's not really Lloyd green, he's more like this snake scale green. And then you can see on the art here, Cole's car is driving through the city of Ouroboros. You've got these like snakes on these temples in the background. Just such amazing aura, I love this. The new car though, I mean it's fine. You got some clouds in the background, it looks like Cole's on a mountain with a nice tree. And he's driving on like a dirt road, but it definitely doesn't feel as themed as that original polybag. It would have been really cool if they brought back that original green label, but of course it's Ninjago Legacy, it has to have the Legacy label, and it's got the little Ninjago 15 symbol down here. If we take a look at the back of the polybags, there's life-size images of both of the minifigures, but the new one actually comes with a free Legoland ticket, wow. Anyway, that's enough packaging, let's talk about the actual builds. Right off the bat, you can see in terms of size, the new Cole's car is much bigger. In fact, the original here car, this is very, very tiny. It's actually amazing that they're the same price and so many years later the new version's significantly bigger. Most LEGO sets at pretty much every single price point have gone down in size over time. The only things that have gotten bigger are the big sets because they cost more now. But yeah, the fact that $5 used to get you this and now $5 gets you this, that's very impressive. From a design standpoint, at the front of the original car we have these two golden cheese slopes, while on the new one there's this textured piece instead. The new piece definitely looks better, though I will give this one credit for being a bit more unique, because golden cheese slopes are not a part we see in that color super often. It was more common back in 2012, but I don't know, there is something nostalgic about that piece in that color. The original car has a seat for Cole to sit and handlebars for him to hold on to. There's just 4 studs right there to plop him down onto, and a wedge piece underneath to add a little bit of shaping. While on the new version, the new Cole holds onto those same exact handlebars. And he's also got 4 studs to sit on, though this time it's black instead of gray. And he's got a bit more room behind him to lean back or just accommodate his armor, because the original immediately got into that back section. Speaking of that back section, there's these grill pieces on the top right here, which add some nice texturing, and those are also present on the new version, though on the new version they're silver instead of dark bluish gray. And then they both have like these weapons that come out the sides. On the original, it's like these golden curved claw weapons, so you can have them out like this and attacking any enemies that get in the way, or you can have them closed up, almost serving as like sort of doors to the car. The new version attaches on clips and extends out a bit further, just making this entire back section a bit bigger, and the weapons attached are like these straight golden blades, which I think work much better to be like doors to the car. But I will say, as like actual weapons to fight the enemies, I do prefer the original. And that's not just for the reasons of like this set is small and silly, no, I think these golden teeth are by far the coolest part of this set, and that's the one thing about the new version I wish was still there. I wish they used these golden teeth pieces. I don't believe that part's in production anymore, so I think that might be part of why, specifically this part in this color. But yeah, at least in my opinion, when the weapons are open like this, it just doesn't have the aura that this has. I don't feel like I'm taking down my enemies with it. The new Cole's car adds a spoiler to the back, which the original did not have, so that's a nice extra bit of detail. Though the original has like this car bumper piece at the back, which the new one does not have, and that is kind of interesting. But of course, the biggest difference between these two is the wheels. The original has these super tiny little wheels that pretty much attach directly to the vehicle. The vehicle itself, by the way, is only 6 long. There's super small wheels at the front, and still small but not as small wheels at the back. And they don't even have tires on them, they're just plastic wheels rolling against the ground. While the new version has 4 wheels of the exact same size, they all do have tires on them. And they attach to a 6 long body, so it's 2 studs longer than the other. There is still a bit of a change in height in the car, just like the original had. The original accomplished that by having the 2 differently sized wheels. The new one does it by attaching the front wheels higher than the back wheels. And I think that's most of what I have to show you for the build. That's all. The color changes, all the parts changes, everything that's the same and everything that's different. But we do still have one more thing to compare in this set. These guys right here. Now, looking at the minifigures that each set includes, we have the original Cole ZX in the original car, and the Legacy Cole ZX in the Legacy car. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time here, because I have a whole other video where I compare every single new Legacy 2026 figure to its original version. But I do still think it's interesting to take a look at these two, specifically in the context of this set, because it's not directly a one-to-one remake. Notably, there's 2 things that the new one has that the old one did not. The original car set did not come with Cole's armor piece, even though he did have an armor piece in other sets, so this was like an incomplete version of this minifigure. The new version does actually give you the complete Cole, which I think does actually drive a lot of value. The other thing that the new set has that the original does not is a weapon for Cole, because the new Cole's car set comes with a golden katana. And listen, for longtime fans of Ninjago, is that going to make much of a difference? No, you probably have tons of this piece. But I think especially for kids just getting into Ninjago, or people who may not have a ton of money and may not have a ton of sets, including a weapon in a $5 polybag is a big deal, and just drives more play value in this tiny little set. While I do definitely prefer the silver on the original Cole minifigure to the gold that the new one has, personal taste aside, this is just a higher quality minifigure compared to the original, because it is actually the complete version and has an accessory when that one does not. But if you're curious, there's how their face prints look side by side. We of course have the original face and the movie face, and there's a look at their back torso prints with the armor removed as well. And now we come to the epic conclusion of the ultimate car comparison. Which car is better, the new Cole's car from 2026, or the original car from 2012? Being completely honest, jokes aside, I actually really love both of these sets. The original one is so ridiculous and so silly. I don't know why it doesn't have tires. I don't even know why Cole has a car. It's also not really a car, it's more like a go-kart. I love it so much for how goofy it is specifically, and I do think it's a fun toy. But I think the only part I genuinely find cool about it is the blades on the side. The rest of it I just love for how silly it is. The new one, though, I find super interesting the way it took a very silly design, and while it's obviously still a bit silly itself, it was transformed into something genuinely very cool and a ton of fun. It's a much better standalone build. Like, I think if the new one came out and the original didn't exist, this was just like a new idea for a polybag, I don't think there would be anything funny about this. I'd be like, wow, that's a pretty cool car for a $5 polybag. So I love it. I think it's an awesome upgrade that is very faithful to what was originally a super silly set. So of the two, which is better? I mean, definitely the new one in terms of just like actually being a build. It's bigger, it looks better, it has a more complete minifigure, and it doesn't even lose on price because they were both the same price. The points I'll give to the originals, I do actually really love the curved claws. The box art's better, but that's just the theming of that year, and it is much, much goofier. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Which car do you think won the ultimate car comparison competition? If you missed it, I did a full Legacy vs. Original video for every single minifigure in the January 2026 wave. And stay tuned, because there is still one more Legacy set I have to compare from January, and I will be doing that very soon. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, make sure to use code BRICKSBYMIND in the Fortnite item shop if you're going to buy anything there. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!